You know, there are some books written that try to show how the sex in a marriage can be holy or kosher and good. In other words, you can be religious and still have good sex in your marriage. There are such books. I don't know if you heard about it. If you think about it for a while, the reality is, the truth is, that any couple, married couple, who engage in sex are going to get divorced. Because sex destroys marriage. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just leave it at that, okay? So there. See, it's very embarrassing. It's very degrading to the human being when you get together in a class, or even people write books or magazines or discussion groups or television shows, to tell human beings about the birds and the bees. How dumb do you think I am? You got to tell a human being what birds already know? What bees already know? Animals? Come on. Marriage does not permit couples to engage in sex. Sex means the pleasure that a body gets from another body. That's not what marriage is. Because, follow the logic here. In a marriage, there can be no taking. A human being taking from another human being is abusive. There's no taking. You take an object. You take a car, you take a bus. You don't take a person. It's an ugly expression, and it should not be used. So, for example, the expression, marriage is a give and take. No, it's not. There is no taking. Taking is abuse of a human being. So there is no give and take. There is give and receive. That's very different. There's the willingness to give and the willingness to receive. There's no taking. Sex means one person taking pleasure from another. Of course, if it's done involuntarily, then it's called rape. If it's done voluntarily, consensually, then it's called sex. But what's happening? Two people are taking from each other with mutual consent. But that's what animals do. That is the birds and the bees. So what is marriage? In marriage, between a husband and a wife, there is intimacy, not sex. What is the difference? Intimacy is not a taking. Intimacy is a oneness. When two become one, you've had an intimacy. If two people both had a good experience, that was not intimacy. Each person had their own good experience. The fact that it happened together, so it was timed right, but they're still being two separate people, each of them experiencing their own pleasure. Like the vulgar expression, how was it? Well, you were there, why don't you know? Well, I was there, I know what it was for me, what was it for you? It's two separate people remaining very separate.